We all do it. We're all excited about what we're doing and stuff. And, you know, we come from a place of anxiety. We all have because of the trauma that we have. But the main thing we've got is choice and awareness and freedom to do it. We've got to remember those. I mean, I'm telling myself every day, I'm fighting myself every day on things, you know, like, you know, and then you got your people pleasing, which basically I was a massive people pleaser, all this stuff here. But we are coming a long way, and we've got to pat ourselves on the back on what we're doing. And that's how I look at it. And
Yeah.
not as have as much. Look, it's hard. Here I am talking to myself, not having as much, you know, being so hard on ourselves. I mean, I do it all the time. I mean, you know, with all this stuff, you got to do this, you got to do that. If you and you go
All the
back to the about,
shoulds, all the shoulda, the shoulda,
Yeah.
coulda. Yeah.
we
Gotta
just got to
gotta
be.
stop shooting yourself to death.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
like I
So
like the phrase you gotta, yeah, don't shit on yourself, or don't shoot yourself.
That's society
yeah,
programming, but that also has something to do with not only just our childhood or whatever trauma we have, it's also the programming of that masculine energy, that do, that hustle bustle. Like I was all about that, but now I'm like, dude, that shit's like toxic. I don't want to be like that anymore. I actually just want to chill and have a day. And that's where the change is, because I actually have, it is kind of hard for me to rest still like for a long period of time, but I'm actually sitting with them like, oh, it's actually not too bad. It's actually nice to sit and rest. I just did all this crazy energy work because I got attunements when I did that stuff too, and just
Mhm.
I'm doing yoga. I'm doing all these different things. Like that's a lot of shit. I'm trying to work on family trauma, like and stuff like that. I'm still kind of grieving with my mom and stuff too. And, like that's a lot for like a person to do, and then you're just trying to do content and work and stuff. So it's like you gotta integrate. I have to like I force myself to rest, and I'm actually feeling a lot better when I do. I feel like it actually feels good. I know it sounds so stupid, like resting, but simple. Probably for
no,
most people, it's chill, but for people
It's
that are more like
important, man,
hyper,
and
probably
there's
like
such a
J2, it's
stigma.
difficult to rest.
Yeah, there's a stigma around rest, right? It's like, oh, you're not doing enough.
You're not being
Like,
productive. Oh, I didn't get my video out today. I went to go chill today. Yeah, I actually chilled in my own energy and did things I enjoyed today. That's what you should be
yeah.
doing. Everything is so backwards in society. Like you shouldn't
Mhm.
feel unworthy because you didn't have a productive day. That's so stupid. And actually, sometimes resting and just relaxing is one of the most productive things you can do. Like
Yeah, your body needs to go in that rest
yeah,
and digest state so it can
yeah,
actually like heal and regenerate itself the way that it's meant to, right? And like
yeah,
that's part of the programming of our society is to just have you go, 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 go. So your body does fall apart. And then you need these products that are outside of you to keep you going. And it's all just part of the machine, right? Like if we keep people sick and tired, they'll keep wanting to buy the products or go to the medicines or go to all of these things. Like, oh, I'd rather take a pill to help me boost my energy and like help me digest my food and like all of this stuff. We're like, no,
change your lifestyle. It's a lifestyle
if
change.
you
That's
just take a
yeah,
nap and
yeah,
like allow yourself to rest and let your body heal as it's naturally meant to, you're not going to need as much of this outside stuff
yeah,
from like, prescription drugs, or, like most of the diseases that we have on this planet stem from stress and having too much stress in the body.
yeah,
So if you can just chill out and let yourself relax, let yourself and your body go into that rest and digest state, then your body will naturally go into healing mode.
yeah,
Like if you look at when you break a bone or cut your finger, like if you give it enough time, it will heal. There are other functions in your body that do that as well, but we're programmed and trained into thinking like you need something outside of what's already in you to make that function happen, when that's just not even true. All you need to do is rest and let it happen and believe and like have trust in that belief that your body knows what it's fucking doing. Your body wants to be whole. Your body wants to be like healed and complete and like in a state of wholeness and wellness. And if you give it the space to do the healing that naturally happens in your body, you don't need so much of this outside garbage that we're being told,
yeah.
like, you need this, you need that. Oh, take a Tylenol, take this. Like, no, you don't fucking need all that shit. You just need to let your body rest and heal and like come out of fight or flight, come out of these stress responses.
Yeah.
And when your body is out of fight or flight for a long enough period of time and you can just rest and chill, that's when beautiful fucking healing can happen. but we're programmed to just go, 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 push, push,
And
push.
fear, and all the fear
Us.
and drama that's being pushed out right now. Like you think the UFO, we don't know what's going to happen with the drones. I'm not trying to make it that kind of video, but I'm just giving an example. Like there's so much.
No, it's right.
So then you're trying to rest and relax. Like for me, I'm trying to heal a lot of trauma and stuff, and then there's all this information trying to be pushed, and it's hard when you're on social media because we do content creation, so it's like you kind of don't like. I actually have stopped clicking on certain things. I'm actually getting better, even though I want to. There's certain things I'm like, oh, I need to see what's going on with the P Diddy case. So no, I don't need to. Well,
No,
I
I
am
don't need to
curious.
see that.
Look, I am curious, but I'm not.
Me
But I
too.
went through a thing where I was just clicking on a bunch of shit. I was like, that's so toxic. I'm feeding myself with all that stuff that's not going to help me heal from trauma in my nervous system. Like it's just going to keep it activated. Just that trauma drama stuff, you know.
Well, how's this one, right? So I'm in the States, right? And this I want to ask you now. That segues into what I was going to ask you with regards to, mate. I was watching infomercials and commercials in America. My God, Jesus, what, mate? What? It's either about a bloody lawyer.
Yep.
Oh, have you been injured? Or we have the magic pill, right?
Yep.
And then the best ones we find, I think it's hilarious. The best one, okay, this magic pill can help you digestion, but just be careful because it could cause cancer. It could cause this. It could cause that.
Yeah.
And you know what's
death?
My
It has
God.
death as a side effect for some of the stuff.
If
I'm like,
you
wait,
look
they
at-
just casually said death? Like, yeah, no
Yeah,
big
they did.
deal. Cancer, death, no big deal.
premature death,
bloody-
you know, let's just throw that in there. Like
I couldn't believe I was sitting there watching, right? I was watching it for about 3 minutes and three of these bloody pill things come up. I've gone, what's the mindset they're doing over there? What the hell is this crap?
America is a corporation. That's why it's a corporation. That's what it is.
Yeah. Medicine is the biggest business one of the biggest businesses anyway.
No, it is the biggest. It is the biggest business. Healthy.
They're trying to get that bird flu out now. That's the new fear that they're really trying to push that stupid ass bird flu, and they're trying to push out vaxes for that. I've been seeing some stuff. Like I'm trying to click on, but dude, that shit's wild.
They pushed out that bird flu like years ago. And
they're trying to get in. They're getting desperate now for our attention.
Yeah, nobody gave a crap.
No, they're trying, mate. They know what's going on, right? So they know what's going on.
They're going down. That's why they're trying. They're trying desperate attempts, and they don't care. They're showing their symbolism now. Like it's very like blatant. It's like too many people are awakened now. So like you can't really go back on half. That's people are seeing shit now. People are like paying attention. I think honestly, that's part of the reason they're trying to ban TikTok too. But
we've got a misinformation bill and whatnot over here, and the government doesn't want anyone to, they're just doing what they needed to do, and that's fine. So people have their opinions. This is what they're doing. All you're doing is all you want to do is for these people to make things aware. So how's this? They make us aware that, Victoria is in debt, 510 billion or something like that, right? Where I live, but we're going to get an mRNA vaccine establishment in Victoria. They made that the big announcement. Oh, we're going to have this. We're going to have this. The vaccines are coming. They're just pushing that agenda.
Yeah.
And but whereas, I want to know. Okay, we've got issues with crime and all that. What are you doing about that? We're just asking. People, but our government services are underpaid. You see it on. You see the police and that they write on their underpaid and all that stuff. So you wonder where the money's going and all that stuff. And they're gonna, it's just something you got to be aware of and what they're doing. Being aware is sometimes scary. You know what I mean? So, and you wonder why. Okay, why are you pushing this when there's people living in tents? That's all I've got to say about it.
You went to San Fran, so I haven't been there in like 10, 15 years. I heard it's really bad now. San Francisco and California. It's like, that's considered like northern, more northern.
Well, all I'll say to you is this: I went to the northern one. This is my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. What I saw, I don't know anything that's happened previously. But all I'll say to you is, there's homeless people around everywhere, and a Uber driver told me that they have homeless shelters and all that, but they have taken away a lot of this. A lot of the services, lowered money to services, cleaning services, all those things, infrastructure services. This is coming from one of the locals. And I've gone, okay. And all I have to say is, put it this way, someone told me, oh, you need a poo app there. I go, what the hell's a poo app?
Oh my God.
You just got to get an app so you know where the big amounts of amount of poo on the street.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know it was that bad. Oh wow.
That's what I
So,
saw. I thought it was dog crap. I thought they go, nah, that's human. I go, what?
Oh my gosh.
well, here in Canada, rather than implementing more funding for proper services for marginalized people, those on disability, seniors, like people who, with like health concerns, rather than implementing better services and putting money towards that, because Trudeau's spent all of our money on bullshit. We don't have any left. We're so far in debt. I think we're like in the trillions at this
Yes.
point. It's
Oh,
really,
yes.
really bad here. So rather than implementing anything to help people that are marginalized, and as someone on disability, I fall into these categories. And if I was part of that whole machine still, this would be something that would be offered to me as well. And this is something that was offered to me a few years back, in a very, not so abrupt way. But right now they're pushing this MAID program here, and MAID stands for Medical Assistance in Death. And so there, it's basically a human euthanasia service that if you can't afford to live, basically it's supposed to be set up for people who are at end of life and who want a dignified way of dying rather than slowly dying and having the system shut down in the hospital. But most of the people that are signing on for this are signing on for it simply because they cannot afford their medical services that they need, and they can't afford to pay rent. They can't afford to live because disability keeps you one third or two-thirds lower than what the poverty line is. So everybody is well below the poverty line if you're on disability in Canada and you
Oh
physically
man.
can't work because of your illness. They're allowing people who are, oh, you're too broke to live with your disability. Yeah, no, we'll just off you instead. And they're making it look
There's
like a dignified
wow.
way of going rather than upping the disability rate to make people that are on disability not have to live well below the poverty line.
That's I can't believe that, man. Wow.
Yeah, man, it's
What?
disgusting. If you look at the statistics of how many people have jumped onto the MAID program, most of them don't even have diseases that will kill you. They just can't afford to live with their disability in Canada. So they're choosing death because they are so stressed out and so feeling so
Probably feel like they
left
are
in the
dead. It's like
dark.
you can't. They feel like they can't live the life they want. Yeah.
You can't
Yeah,
live
This
life
man.
because you
this
can't
is
afford groceries. You can't afford your basic needs. You're a disabled citizen who can't afford your basic needs. So the next best option is to off yourself with this medical
No.
assistance in dying. And the statistics of people who are using this program that don't actually have a disease that will kill you are astronomical. It is so sad what is happening here. Like two-thirds or three-quarters of the people who are taking this program up and like going through with this program don't even have an illness that will kill you. They are just on disability and can't afford to live. They're sick
it's the
of living
amount
in poverty, and they're sick
it's
of not having the social structures and systems in place to actually help them get ahead in life.
and
So
this is
they'd
what we're
rather
doing here.
die with dignity than
Oh
live in poverty. It's
And
man.
disgusting.
this is what we're doing here. This is the whole point of us being, you know, basically giving people awareness and actually getting them, allow them to critically think, and that's going to kick some. That's going to kick something, but at least look, look. I don't know. You don't know what the scenario is, but if you can just speak your truth, and that's to say, this is what we've got, and people become aware. With there's strength in there's people. You don't call people power and all that stuff they say, but just being aware and looking after yourself, number one, and then what can what can I do, or what can I be aware of what's happening of all this stuff, because a lot of people aren't aware. They go to work, do their work, worrying about how much money they got, how big of the house
Well,
they've got.
everybo's got tunnel vision on, right? Because life has just become so
That's what
fast.
that's what they want, though. That's what they want, Sarah.
Yeah.
That's what they want. They want people to have tunnel vision. Then when you speak, that's why I talked about the spirituality side of the word, which we know is a big catchword at the moment. Because obviously back in the in the 90s, it became really big with John Edward and the bloody secret. We won't go into that, but they pushed that agenda. And people, and that's just for me, that's great. I was part of it. Don't get me wrong. I was looking at, oh, this is great. This would be something to believe in and all that. But there's so much work in that people don't really realize. And then, we have the internet. That's why they got all these misinformation bills and stuff coming along, because they don't want people to know what they're doing. That's
And
it.
people are comparing themselves to other people on social media too. Like they're thinking that people are posting their highlights, that people have money and are good, or like, or people are just living a life that they really aren't. I think that's a big thing too. And then people feel bad about themselves. That's probably a lot of people can. They're like, oh, look, this person has this and this. It just, that's why the
It
spiritual
doesn't
work is
help.
so important. If you don't do the spiritual work, the shadow work, the inner work, or just any kind of inner work on yourself, and you're just going to go off the programming that society gave you, you're fucked. Like, you just, like, you ain't going to make, like, because they got you so focused on materialism, the physical. That's what they want, because they can't, like, if we're talking about like entities or whatever, they can't raise to a higher vibration past that. They can only stay in that lower realm. I almost think of
Mhm.
like the attachments to like your lower three chakras, kind of,
Yeah.
like that's what I think of. It's like about, like lust and greed and materialism, and they put fear, right? That's another thing. Shame, guilt, and then they shame you, right? Make you
Yeah.
feel guilty about not having this, or and the shoulds, and then everyone's driving themselves crazy. Like people are like, I know some people that are getting like autoimmune diseases now, and I just think because they're so
Yeah.
stressed, because they're in, when your body's in fight or flight mode for that long, and and and,
Yeah.
and it is important, like Maslow's hierarchy, right? Like your first level is like your security, right? And your stability. So if you don't feel safe in your environment,
Excuse
you
me.
don't feel like you have stability, like this is just a place to live. How can you even tap into your, like, your purpose or your creativity or even enjoy life? You can't, because you're in fight or flight. Like I even noticed that even after the thing with my mom, like I have trouble even sometimes enjoying life. Like I noticed that was a traumatic event, and like my nervous system is very, sometimes it's very stimulated, and like I even have trouble like sometimes having fun. I know it sounds stupid, but I've been struggling with that. Like I just, it's like normal things I
Letting
used to
go.
enjoy.
I'm
I
with
have
you.
trouble
Yeah, I'm with you.
enjoying, like I'm working on it now. I'm starting to, but it's hard. It's like I have a resistance to it. It like it wants to, I'm like, I have to remind myself, no, we're not there anymore. We're not in these situations or addiction. I mean, it started with that and then that, but it's like that's just an example of like I was in fight or flight mode for both of those, like for a long time. It's like getting that fixed with the addiction. So like I couldn't even focus on my purpose or self care or anything like that when I don't even feel like I'm not right
Yeah.
within. I don't feel stable. My root
Yeah.
chakra was probably very blocked at that time. He just, and I would go living from different places. I was kind of like all over the place. And like
Yeah.
I do a lot of work to ground myself. And then even after you ground yourself and you're safe, then you can have fun and live your purpose and stuff. Like I'm just saying it's hard to, when you have those things like
Yeah.
stressing, that's a big stressor. And
Yeah.
that's when disease comes, right? Because your nervous system is, you're not meant to be in fight or flight all the time. And that's why so many people are sick. Shane works at the hospital, right? He said during the holidays, it's flooded. They're at capacity at a damn hospital, and he's working like he does 12-hour shifts sometimes. Like it's like they're
Yeah.
crazy. The holidays are extra. Like they're like everyone's. It's variety of sickness. It's not just one thing. It's like everyone's sick, stress and pressure around the holidays, family
Yeah.
stuff. I had to deal with some family stuff during the holidays that was very uncomfortable for me too, and it just, and then people
Yeah.
eat a lot, they drink more, they get high more, right?
Hmm.
I had a friend that even overdosed on New Year's one year. People put too much expectation around all that programming, all that. It's a lot. That's even fight or flight. Like you see people stressed out about Christmas, about getting everyone gifts. People can't even afford to live, and you're worried about getting someone a gift so they can approve of you, or get the validation from you. Like
I
I see
was
people really stressed with that shit. And even me this year, I just got it for like Shane. I got not even spent too much money. I got it for him and like my brother. That's it. Everyone else, like I don't really. It's like, and Shane's mom, I gave him something, but like.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I
it's got
care,
that.
because I just wanted to show, I've been spending more time around those people. So like I don't do it because society says I should go get, I need to get gifts for somebody, make them love me or approve of me. Like that's such bullshit. I,
Yeah.
I can't believe how many people are stressed out over holidays. Like it's bad, and then they eat a
There
bunch of
was a
food.
billboard here
People,
that
but this
was
this is what
like
it is. This is what it is. This is
there's
what it's
literally a
been like.
billboard on our highways, dude, that was like it was like Christmas or rent. And it's like, what? Like
Oh my god. Yeah.
that's what it was saying on the thing. It's
Okay.
just like, okay, like is that really where we are right now? And like I don't even know what they were trying to advertise here. But it was like do Christmas or pay rent. And it
Subliminal
was,
program, all that stuff, man. Or not
yeah, and it's
subliminal,
like
it's visible.
yeah,
Because
and
you've
there
got,
was
yeah,
like there's so many people that are literally in that situation right now. And it's like, yo, like just fucking pay your rent. Like why are you gonna go into this whole like consumerism, capitalist like programming of this holiday just to like, stress yourself
something.
even further. But then it's like, this expectation that Christmas, you're not doing Christmas this year. Oh, like what kind of person are you? And it's like you have people like shitting on you basically because you're like, you got to pay
You
your
see the
bills. And
chaos though. You see the
Horrible.
chaos is happening. You see all
yeah,
the chaos that's happening. They reckon, like, they're going to create. There's always talk about divide and conquer, and just those words those catchwords that you hear. Look, it's just exactly what it is. It's quite a
Yeah.
simple thing. They're pitting people against each other. It's not hard. It's just going. Okay, we've got a social norm. You got a social expectation, but you're losing yourself. And when people are themselves, they it doesn't commute because they lose that balance within themselves.
yeah.
It's one of those things. But on that note, I'm gonna have to make a move on this. It's been fantastic. Great chat.
Do you have
Yeah.
any other lessons of this year? If we could do a quick like wrap up of any, you don't have to go into detail, just like any because that was I think our
I'll give
original
I'll
topic, or just
I'll give you
or just main lessons or things that you've accomplished, or just
I'll give
lessons
you
you learned this year, or just any kind of
right.
insight. Yeah,
Okay, here's my insight, ladies and
for both of
gentlemen.
y'all. Yeah, yeah.
Here's my insight, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. You can go on to www.journeyofaWhiteFeather. I've actually changed it. Let's go. Cut that. Do this again. You can jump on hashtag Journey of a White Feather. You can contact me and you can get my book, my ebook, free ebook for you to learn about what I learned in my life. From stroke to motivational coach. 15 lessons I received when I woke the fuck up. That's about my life
It's good.
and
It's good. It's personal. It's good. I liked it.
personal. It's authentic. It's about what I learned. It's what I can teach people. It's basically teachings from myself. And if I can help someone from it, fantastic. If I can get some clarity if they can get clarity within their life, they can understand what works for me. I'm happy to help people out. So that's my plug. There you go. That just sums up my life at the moment.
That's great. Yeah, I can't
And
believe it.
I'll send
congrats.
yours,
That's
Sarah,
really
very soon.
awesome. Yeah.
I'll
Keep
send yours
doing
soon,
that.
Sarah.
Yeah, keep doing it.
Yeah.
What about you,
And
Sarah?
yeah, for me, it's like just really learning to get curious with yourself and all of the different parts of yourself that might become activated in these triggering situations, and like being able to hold space for all of these different parts instead of completely identifying with them and allowing these parts to like blend with who you really are and letting them take over. Spend some time getting curious with that. If you need to know a little bit more information about that, there's a great book called No Bad Parts by Richard Schwartz. And there's a couple of really great IFS practitioners out there that can help you out. I'm learning a little bit about it. I've integrated some parts work into my sessions, but if you're looking for someone good, I'll plug Andrea Tessier again. So check her out if you're looking to go deeper into parts work.
Yeah.
And yeah, read that book. It's life changing. It's really cool to like start to understand yourself on all these different levels and really get curious about like who's actually running the show in your life. Because most of the time, it's not us. It's not our true selves. It's not our authentic nature that's running the show. It's a
Yeah.
traumatized part that's like really
Yeah.
taking over. So yeah, just really start exploring that stuff, guys, because it's like it's profound. It's life
More
changing.
shadow work and also including
Yeah,
inner
it
child
it
shadow
goes
work,
it
inner work.
goes
It's all
into
that
that
combined.
too,
Yeah.
right? Like all of the shadow parts, all the
Psychology.
exiled
Yeah.
parts, all of the inner child, inner
Yeah.
teen parts.
Mhm.
There's so many different parts that you can explore here, and to really find out like which of your parts is really running the show. I think it's really important.
What's the
And
name of the book?
No Bad Parts.
No Bad Parts. Okay.
Yeah, by Richard Schwartz.
Uh,
What about you, Di? What did you learn from this year?
oh, I think I said it earlier. My big thing was releasing attachments to things, so like things from my past, especially. And a lot of it was healing trauma and around relationships and family. And just even questioning some of my patterns. Like I'm trying to, change the way I think communication is a big thing, communicating in a healthy way, my boundaries and my needs. And also balance. Finding balance is the biggest thing, probably one of the bigger things. And getting out of that fight or flight mode, just like relaxing more, learning to rest and take breaks and step into more of I'm working a lot on my feminine energy this year as well, amongst many other things. But I think those are all the main ones. And of course, the business stuff too, stepping more into that, the coach, healer, whatever title I'm gonna use, the integrated, whatever. Yeah, so like working on that, developing that part of me as well, and expanding and growing. Yeah.
Fantastic. So
Evolving. All this is evolving. We're all working on different parts at different times. And I have been working on the inner child a lot too. I know I brought that up in many episodes. One a thing that one of the girls that was taking the IET class with me said, she said, Diana, inner child isn't just healing, because that's a lot of inner work. It's also playful. And that really stuck with me. It's like being more playful. And I was like, that's what I need, because I get so focused on things, and like I get really like focused on something. I start, or maybe I made different things, but like sometimes I forget to be more playful and relaxed. Sometimes I take it too seriously. And I think that's also has to do with trauma response and like getting out of the fight or flight, like enjoying life more. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Life Theories episode 62, I think it is, if
Yeah,
I'm
I think
correct.
60. Yeah, I might be
62.
wrong. I think it's 60.
We'd like to say thank you for all the engagements we've had, the questions we've had. We've grown a lot, and we'd like to continue that in 2025. You can see what we've been going. This has been a great review show. So this has been Diana from Trailblazer of the Universe, our space girl, gravity girl, however you want to call it. She's on TikTok, she's on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Hashtag Trailblazer Universe. We've got the lovely Pixie, the lovely wellness witch over in Canada, Sarah, a big soul healing. You can get her on all major platforms. You got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Just grab her, and yeah, if you need a witch, you go and see her. And we also want a big shout out.
Sorry to cut you off there. I released my website this year as well. So if you want to check out my services, hop on to bigsoul.ca. I'd be happy to hold some space for you. And we got the women's circle going there too. We opened up the memberships for new members. Really great subscription service for monthly women's circle meetings. If anybody wants to hop in and join Diana and I in the Soulful.
It's a good group. It's really good, empowering, and very supportive, especially. It's really good, especially if you're, even if you're not used to having a lot of girls that are friends of women surrounding. It's a really great group. I'm really glad to be part of it. And Sarah's a great healer as well. I've had sessions with her. I'll put her info in the description as well, her website.
Fantastic. So that's great. So you can see that we're doing so much for the community and so much for ourselves. And you can find myself, Journey of a White Feather, with my new free book.
15, I'll put a link to that. Yeah, okay. I'll put a link to that.
15 lessons I received when I woke the fuck up. There you go. From stroke to motivational coach. You can go grab me on TikTok at Words
very
of Warrior.
Raw, authentic. Yes.
It's raw and authentic and very truthful. And I want to do a big shout out to the Seaman, the man of Seaman, as I say, the man in England, Cortez Medford, the man of Seaman, the Seaman. There you go. I have to say, because he sits there and just laughs. He goes, "You're crazy, brother." But thanks so much for the year, ladies and gentlemen.
My brother laughs every time he hears that when he watches. Yeah, he knows about all that. He knows what's up. Yeah,
the best hype man ever. I'm telling you, that's why I'm motivational. Best hype man ever I am. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great 2024. We look forward to 2025. Healing, learning, go within yourself. Make sure you look after yourself and your family. And we'll see you next year on Life Theories. Thanks so much for the year. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Bye. Oh, where's my...